I grew up in Wellesley, Massachusetts. My father was a professor at Wellesley College, and my mother was a professor at Boston University. So we had a very academic household. Our house was just a block away from the golf course. And that's where I got my entrepreneurial start. My neighbor and I used to collect the golf balls in the brush, the ones that had been lost, and then we'd sell them back to the golfers. And we'd also sell lemonade in the business. So I actually got my early start in the beverage business that way. I always knew I wanted to build something. I definitely, when I was growing up, didn't think of it as a business. I probably was more inclined to think about how to build a nonprofit. And I like to joke, for the first 10 years, Honest Tea was a nonprofit. It just wasn't incorporated that way. My family's absolutely key to the success of this business. Being able to be committed to my family helps me keep a balance and perspective on things.
I grew up in a little farm community called Sicklerville, New Jersey. My father farmed his land, but he was also a carpenter. I think for myself in my life, I've always had a strong admiration for people who do physical work. I went to work full-time on a farm when I was 10, and that probably shaped me more than any other experience of my childhood. The jobs I've had have been very demanding, but I've been enormously blessed to be with my wife, and she's made so many things possible for me to do, and still be connected with my family.
For me, success means being able to work in something you believe in and to build it, make it bigger than it was when you started.
What I've always felt was most important about success was the level of effort you made and how true you were to your own sense of giving it your best. I think if you can consistently do that in just about every aspect of your life, your relationships with the people you love, your job, I think that really makes for a pretty successful person. Every person, as they are fortunate to experience some success, have an absolute responsibility to channel some of that back into the community. It allows you to learn from great people that are part of these organizations. I think both on a corporate level, but just on a personal level, it's a very fulfilling experience to be involved in the community.
If you want to have a relevance in your community, you need to be thinking about how to support education, how to support the ecosystem, not just the environmental ecosystem, but the community in the sense of how it functions, how people feel about living here. These days, I can't think of any business that isn't seriously thinking about that role.
This is a great piece of advice someone gave to me a long time ago, that, this is not a dress rehearsal. I mean, don't think that today is not important because you're going to get to do this again tomorrow and all the other tomorrows. It may just be today.
Make sure you do something you believe in from day one. Don't think about when this is successful, how we'll give profits away. Think about every day as a business, what kind of positive impact can you have? I certainly think it's important early on to try your hand at entrepreneurship. Part of that means learning how to sell, learning how to experience rejection, and learning how to bounce back from it. So, some of the best preparation, aside from writing a business plan, is actually going out and trying to sell, whether it's T-shirts or cookies, something, just to feel like you're getting a start.
You have to, I think, very deliberately live the values that you espouse are important. I think you have to have a good work-life balance, and you've got to not take yourself too seriously.